Hello, it's going to be Debbie. I'm probably going to be the only one on here, and I understand that. I thought while I was doing this, I would go live. As you can see, I have a lot of leftover papers from doing projects, as I'm sure many of us do. So I decided to start doing some Franken papers with it, and these might easily be able to work into, you know, some projects that we might want to work on. I finished out a Christmas journal. If you haven't seen that yet, you know, please, when you have time, go on over to my to the other pages there. It'll be just uploaded today. Oh, howdy, I got a string on there. Anyway, this is kind of what I'm processing right now. This is what I had on the, well, just papers that were left over from doing some other projects, and I decided to try and I would at least put them together. I've got about an hour before I got to run back down to the kitchen and try to get them put together and let you see where we might be going at with this. Franken paper is not my idea. People have been working Franken paper for, I don't know, 2-3 years now anyway. But anyway, I just thought, well, let's just try and do a live and see how this goes. So what I do is I take my Elmer's glue and I run it down here and I just run a strip. I don't want, because I'm going to come back, as you can see on this one here, I'm going to come back and use my sewing machine, and I really don't want my needle into the glue. If you're not going to use a sewing machine, then I mean, glue the whole thing down. Use whatever glue you use, and I'm sure it'll be great like that. Sure. And I always try to hold some sort of a border for my papers because I don't want to have, you know, I've got to stitch these two. Like when this one here gets put together, I will take this here and I'm going to attach it onto this one, probably right here. And then I'll connect those two together. See? You can see that? See, I'm going to stitch it right across there. So then I'll have the two together. And that way we can just kind of clip and cut and do whatever we're going to do for fillers, whatever we're going to fill in. Okay. Here we go. I could do something like that perhaps. Let's see. We've got a little bit of this. And then some of these you can cut. Some of these you're with, but just kind of your pleasure, whatever you want to do. But I've got to clean out these papers pretty well before I get any more papers out, so that I don't have quite the mess. And I will end up with mess overload if, you know, do something on this. So this is what I'm doing. Anyway, I just had a really serious breakdown the last couple of days. It's been the downstairs air conditioner decided to go defunct. And I call and I get my handy dandy repair people, and he was still frozen yesterday. He says, well, it's still frozen. I can't put Freon in it, so I was low on Freon. I said, okay. And so then he left, and I thought, okay, well, he should be back here pretty soon. He never came back. He never came back. 83 degrees last night, and in the house. And let me tell you, me and that Pomeranian were not in a good mood. So I called at 7 this morning. You know, I mean, I thought it was a decent thing to do, and said, you know, he never came back out. So I was thinking that maybe he might want to, you know, get here. Well, guess what? He's got all these calls today, and he can't make it. Oh, dear me. So I had to run back out because they failed to give me Sullivan's flea and tick meds. So I had to run back out and go get that picked up. I've had about 2 hours of sleep, and I probably really shouldn't have even been driving. But yeah, there we go. Ran out, I got that, and I thought, okay, let's go outside, let's water the garden. It's actually cooler outside than it is in my house right now. That was a shame. Anyway, my husband calls as I'm watering the garden. Got any news yet on the AC? You like to know that. Well, no, I haven't, and I have like hardly any sleep, and I probably shouldn't even speak to people because I'm just not going to be a nice person at this point, and I really don't like to be, ugly. So off I went, and he said, "Well, then I guess I'll call him." I thought, "Oh, well, how about that? Maybe you should have done it to start with." So here we are, and like I said, I shouldn't be talking because I'm a little irritated. And I don't like being ugly. I do not like being an ugly person at all. I wonder how I'm going to fit you in here. Anyway, we're kind of cool like this. Yeah. Anyway, he calls me. Oh my. See, when I told him it was, oh, she's so busy. I'll try to get hold of him, but I don't know. He's on a lot of calls today. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My puppy and I are about to die. But that doesn't seem to. I know they have a business to run and other people are important too. I'm not trying to say that other people are not important. They are important. But, and a lot of other people apparently have their units broken. Oh my gosh. I was first. I just kept thinking, but I was first. Well, anyway. When a man calls, it seems like it's a complete different branch. I mean, I have said this for years too. And they talk to him. I really don't want to talk to a woman. Okay, okay. But rarely has he ever been here. So it might have been a good idea if you, would at least try to speak to me. But it's okay. See if you can see. Can you see what I'm doing here? I hope my camera's down far enough for you to see. See, we've got, just different cutouts, just different patterns, different angles, just different. And it kind of starts collaging. Yeah, that's kind of awesome. It really does. Yeah, by the way, when I did my base, I cut it 3 7/8 inch wide this way and 11 inches long. So, and it's just black cardstock is all it is. I just thought you can use white cards. You can use whatever you want to use with it. It doesn't really matter. I just thought that what to use that. So I did. There we go. Yeah, so anyway, he's finally got some Freon in it. The other guy came out. He finally got me some Freon in it because my husband called and it's, a big deal, I guess, to make sure it's the man calling. And then we might put some Freon in there. But anyway, we knew our unit was going to have to be, we're going to have to replace it. We knew that. We just wanted to have just a little bit more time, like give me 3 or 4 more months, and let me be able to have the research time that I think it's going to take just to, it's kind of cute, isn't it? Just so I have my information. I just don't like buying things without research. And my husband's the same way. We did the same thing. That we agree on. We don't agree on a lot of other things, but we do agree on that one. Anyway, it's kind of what I'm doing. Just put a dabble of glue. You don't need a lot because if you're going to come back and sew, if you're not, then that's it. Okay. I think you're going to get under. I like it under a little bit. Hello. Sounds like the neighbor's knowing. I usually mow on Thursdays, but honestly, we have not had a heck of a lot of rain. So I don't know that I need to be really, really honest here. I don't care for these butterflies. Let's see this or not. Check that out. It's okay, I suppose, but it just isn't my cup of tea. But I love that side of this paper. So I think it might go on here too. Let's see if we can make it work. I had this little cover I bought one day. I should probably think about getting it out too. He's cute. Let's get him off. It's a little bit too long. Like that. Yeah. My poor little guy. My little Sullivan, he's over here snoring back behind me. He is. See, we're upstairs. The upstairs air works just fine. Here's the problem with me sleeping upstairs. He will not sleep in that bed. It has to be our bed downstairs, or he will bother you all night long. You will not get any sleep. He gets so upset. So upset. You can't change pattern on this boy. So, my little Sullivan gets to, isn't that cute? That's going to go up there somewhere. Probably not on that one. We'll get another one. And, yeah. Put the box fan out. Did what I could do. Did what I could do. Little pom-pom. He just won't. No changing. You cannot change anything. Mm-hmm. So let's see. Look at my back. I think it's not going to go. That I think might be in good cheer. It's going to So I hope that this video will find people in good health. Because it's dangerous out there. I kind of think it is. My little grandson called me the other day and said they're going to have to do the first 9 weeks of school virtual. Okay. He's kind of looking forward to it because they finished out the school year virtual. So, yeah, they're going to be doing it. And I thought, really, I think it'd be kind of fun. So, I don't know what mom thinks about that. Because she has to work. Now, here's the deal with her. She's a nurse in the ICU unit at one of our big hospitals. So, she is in their ICU unit. She works with COVID patients every day. And she's really, of course, worried about bringing COVID home to the children, which she should be. I totally get that. So, but I think she's got some well-disciplined kids, especially Matthew, my oldest grandson. He's a very well-disciplined boy. And I believe that little Nathan, golly, he's getting there. He's pretty special, I think. So, do I understand this? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to, I guess we're going to have to try to do that. I know she's got to be exhausted. She's working 60 hours a week, dealing with this situation. And, yeah, she's got to be tired. Then she's got to school the boys. So I told her that, of course, if COVID can calm down a little bit, not be so rowdy, that maybe we could have Matthew come over and you can come over for a few days. Since it's going to be virtual school, he can just bring his laptop with him. And we can do some school over here, and then Pam won't have to worry about having that to do too. So anyway, that's kind of how. This is kind of cute, I gotta say. Um, as I said, I will be doing some stitching. Make sure that we have just a little bit here. What do we got? But yeah, I think, and it's not just going to be my family in this position. There's going to be a lot of families in this position, and I just pray that we can all help them in some way or the other, these young families, and see if we can get everybody on the right page with school. What's school going to do? I mean, what is it? They don't have a choice. It's so darn way out there. I got in Pam, so she was autistic kids anyway, and Collie, I just can't say as I blame her much. So, and they just made their announcement today, but they had these parents, they had to fill out something, and they had like a week to get it turned in on how they wanted to school, and they had chosen, Pam had already chosen, it's going to be 9 weeks virtual and then 9 weeks at the school. What's really talking now is that they're saying they're going to see where they're at. They're actually going to test the water Labor Day weekend too, and see where it's at. It's kind of cute. I wish I could play that in there somehow. I just don't see it. I guess I can't see today. Of course, I've had maybe 2 hours of sleep. Oh, young one back here is just snoring away. Oh gosh, solid. Anywho, but I think it's too much of a lineup. I like variation. Yeah, try that out. No, what time is it? 18. I'm going to have to hurry. Everything's ready to roll. Bennett, do you think get some sleep? I could use some. I love sleep. I've always been the best sleeper. I don't sleep, during the day or anything like that. Doggone it, but that's okay. I don't mind sleeping during the night if I can just grab it. It's a pretty piece. I'm not for sure how to split that up. I won't even split it up. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. Yeah. Do a new sheet of paper on that. Oh boy, I tell you, I had too much. I really had way too much. I hate it and I don't know if anybody else does this or not, but I don't usually let mine even get this big. I really like mine cut down. And mercy. I was behind for sure on that. I was behind on a lot of things, to be really honest with you here. If you guys have a different way to handle your scraps, because I just can't hang on to them as long as some do. I'm afraid I'm one of these that says, no, I'm gonna let that go quicker. Because sometimes I don't even think I have enough friends. I'm sad, really. I'm running kind of low on this purple blue too. I like this stuff. I like the purple. Yeah, I don't like it. I like the purple one. Dries clear. It's great. I do not like some of the other ones. They don't even begin to stick that wonderful. So here does a good job. Oh, little Elmers. Pretty good. Yeah. This is kind of how this is looking. I'm probably going to have to stop right here because it's getting kind of late in my world. I have to get some stuff thrown together. And I didn't leave this down. See, I think I don't want to get too much pink in one area, so I think I'm going to throw a little. Unless there's something else I want to throw there. Blends pretty good with the blue too. I could see that one. And okay. These little numbers can go on anything. So I don't worry about whether I burn through these or not. The reason I'm using them is because I think they look pretty good with it. So I put a number on there. And then I got the piece in there. And then I'll just end up stitching along in here, just like I did this one right here. This one right here now needs more because this one here has a hollow bunch compared to what this one here has. So I will probably go back and do some others on that because, yeah, see, things can be cute. I just need to start working. Anyway, here's a little live for you. You can, I'll probably come back on here another time and try to do some more of this. But this is one way that I do burn some of my scraps up so we don't have, I don't have a lot of extras because I've already printed them. They're already here. They're right there for me. I don't want them to just sit and do nothing. This is some numbers. They're really fun to do. Anyway, yeah, here we go. Well, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Now.